we haven't fought. Imagine that. They gotta lie. They gotta lie. They gotta lie all the time. They can't even believe their own lie. You can't even believe your own lie.
I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Tio his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy. Like he like doing things, hands down, flashy.
Too much of it. You know, I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it.
At the press conference, Teofimo Lopez issued a brutal warning to Shakur Stevenson, making it clear that he will punish him in the ring. He said that even if he is seen as the underdog, he will show what he is capable of. Lopez stressed that people underestimate him at their own risk and promised a dominant performance that will leave no doubt about his skill, power, and determination.
They didn't know that. They kept
It don't
that
matter.
protection program.
Money talk, walk. Money talk.
Lopez shows intense determination ahead of his fight with Shakur Stevenson. Confident and focused, he declares he will dominate in the ring, ready to prove his skill, power, and strategy. Lopez's mindset is clear. He is fully committed to winning and leaving no doubt about his abilities.
Yeah. I'm gonna beat him up.
And we know at one point you contemplated retirement. Seems like you're in a good place now. You're active. Where are you at right now? Where are you feeling about your career?
Mentally, I'm in the Bahamas somewhere, having a coquito.
Teofimo Lopez makes it clear that he will not allow Shakur Stevenson to take the belt he worked so hard to earn. He emphasizes the sacrifices behind his success, explaining that the title represents years of struggle, pain, and dedication. For Teofimo, this fight is about protecting what he built through hard work and perseverance. He believes strongly in himself and is determined to defend his position in the ring. Lopez views this moment as personal, driven by pride and effort, and insists that no one can take away something he earned through blood, discipline, and commitment.
Of being in the ring,
Yes.
Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, you guys are both in Las Vegas. I'm hearing that you did link up today. A face-off happened between the two of you.
Yeah, face-off happened. Things of that nature. Just to create the things that are in motion already. So we're really adamant about fighting each other next, and I can't wait for us to really lace it up. And I see him across the ring, and really when that bell rings, lights out for him.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face to face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think I don't think too much of it. You know, I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this, and I'm not taking nothing from him, but I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny in the boxing.
Aoya breaks down the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight, emphasizing that it is likely to go the full 12 rounds, though the dynamics of the first 6 rounds could shape the outcome. He notes that Shakur may not come out aggressively at the start, choosing instead to fight off the back foot and observe Lopez's approach. If Teofimo can dominate or convincingly win the early rounds, it could influence Shakur's strategy in the latter half of the fight, making it more competitive. Lopez is described as a front-runner, someone who relies on early energy and explosiveness, and Aoya questions whether he can sustain that intensity throughout. If Shakur senses he has lost some of the early rounds, he will be forced to open up later, creating an intense finish and potential for close championship rounds. Conversely, if Lopez loses the first few rounds, clearly Shakur could cruise to a comfortable unanimous decision. This breakdown highlights the strategic chess match between both fighters, where timing, energy management, and round-by-round execution will be key to victory.
I don't think that Shakur is going to come out and try to fight or take the fight to Tio in the first 6 rounds at all. So if he's fighting off the back foot, if Tio can make it so that he's convincingly, or he's convinced at least Shakur that he may have won 4 of the first 6 rounds, if it's 4-2 in Shakur's mind going into the second half of the fight, or if I'm looking at him stealing those first 6 rounds, then it's an interesting fight going into the tail end, because Tio, to me, is a front runner, right? I want to see if he can carry his energy and his explosiveness late in the fight and not wear down. And then when Shakur starts to open up, can you steal some of those championship rounds from him and make it like a close fight? I think if Tio comes out and does what he usually does, which is try to swarm Shakur early and keep Shakur on the defensive early, then he can try to steal a lot of those early rounds. And if he does that, then Shakur has to fight in the tail end of that fight, and that'll make it real interesting. If I'm looking at the first 3 rounds, first 4 rounds, and Tio looks like he's losing those rounds convincingly, then it's an easy night for Shakur, unanimous decision in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Tio is going to bring anything late in the game, you know what I mean, to this fight. I think if he is who he's always been, you know, he's going to get gassed after like the 7th round and then take some rounds off. And when he does that, Shakur will open up and start to try to pick him apart, pot shot him, and do things like that. But this is the perfect fight, narrative-wise, for Shakur, because I've been waiting for Shakur to get into that fight where, you know, he doesn't have the fight where he doesn't have his Diego Corrales fight, you know what I mean, where you think he's actually in danger. Shakur has been he's been outclassing everybody he's in the ring with. You know what I mean? Then the guys that you think could give him some work, like De Los Santos, I know people hate when I bring that fight up, but I want to see him.
Shakur Stevenson shares his drive comes from a deep competitive spirit, constantly seeking the toughest challenges in the sport. Watching Teofimo Lopez's previous performance, Stevenson was struck by his confident, flashy style, which reminded him of a young Roy, inspiring a desire to test himself against such skill. He views this upcoming fight as a crucial opportunity to gauge his abilities against an elite opponent while adapting to a new set of strategies. Reflecting on his earlier fight against William Ada, Stevenson recognizes it was unconventional and demanding, yet it proved invaluable for his growth, showing he could thrive under pressure and adversity. He learned that fighters who apply constant pressure are meant to challenge him, yet he successfully managed that style, reinforcing his confidence. Now facing Lopez, Stevenson feels well prepared to handle the speed, power, and unpredictability of a high-level opponent. His focus, adaptability, and accumulated experience give him confidence that he can navigate the fight intelligently, turning it into a comprehensive test of his skills, mental fortitude, and readiness to compete at the sport's highest levels.
But bro, what is it about you that has you, looking at a fighter that you know is the truth and then saying, I want to fight him? It seems like it should be normal if you're a fighter, right? But that stuff is dying off in the game right now. And I feel like you one of the last of the dying breed that actually want real challenges.
Yeah, I'm competitive, bro. So it's like, I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Tio his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy, like he like doing things with his heads down, flashy, and I thought it was cool. So it kind of made me want to get in a ring with him and see if he could do them things against my style.
Your last fight was against William Zepeda in July, and you fought a totally different way. It wasn't the easiest way or the best way to fight, but I think it was good for you and your development because it not only sent a message to the rest of the division, one up, your division at that time, and then the one above you, but it sent a message to the fans. But I think it also did something for you to prove to yourself that, man, listen, that wasn't like my best performance, but I showed you I can get it out the mud. What did that performance kind of do for you now that you look back at it?
Honestly, I think like styles-wise, I think that Zepeda's style is the style that's supposed to give me the most trouble. Like guys that box and give me time to think is the guys that's gonna have a fit with me all night. But the guys who press me and put me against some ropes and throw a million punches, that's the style that's supposed to give me trouble. So I went out there and I prevailed against that style, and now I'm fighting against a boxer, which for me it just makes it more fun. I don't have to deal with a guy that's trying to like wear me down.
Chris Algieri weighs in on the significance of the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight, emphasizing its importance to the sport. He advocates for matchups where top fighters face each other, taking risks regardless of potential losses, noting that fighters can remain elite even with setbacks. Algieri believes this fight embodies that philosophy, representing a high-level clash rather than a brawl filled with non-stop punches. The technical skill and strategy on display will keep fans on the edge of their seats, highlighting quality over sheer volume. He stresses that a victory for Shakur would solidify his position among the top 5 to 7 pound-for-pound fighters, though many argue he already deserves that recognition. Algieri frames the fight as a throwback matchup or legendary clashes between the best of a weight class. He underscores the drama, skill, and history such fights carry, comparing the anticipation and tactical intrigue to classic encounters, demonstrating that high-level boxing remains as thrilling and meaningful as ever.
The health of boxing on this side of the world. Listen, there's nothing like the Garden. we've both fought there many times. I fought in the big room. There's nothing like the Garden. Just the vibe, like you said, champ, that's around that. And this fight is deserving to be here. It's that good of a fight. It's that big a fight, and especially like I said, like the health of American boxing. This is one of the best fights that can be made. And putting it in the Garden just makes too much sense.
But the idea of the turmoil, the eyes on it, the spectacle, the circus. Chris, you talked about the idea that Teofimo Lopez kind of lives in this. That's where he flourishes. That's what he loves. This idea that because there's so many eyeballs on it, it's going to be kind of a circus. Does that favor Teofimo a little bit when you look at the strategy? Yes, no?
I'm going to say, well, I can't say for certain because there's no certain with Teofimo Lopez. He's one of the most up, down, left, right guys I've ever been around.
Mercurial, we could say, yes.
But when he is on, he's damn near unbeatable. I mean, he's such a good athlete. He has such a good boxing IQ. He's so physical and explosive. And again, I've said this on past shows. I've called him many times for Top Rank, been around fight weeks. And it just seems to me, the more out of sorts he seems, the more back against the wall it looks like, the more that he's an underdog, the better he performs. And this could be that kind of situation. New York is a tough place, man. They're already gibbering, going back and forth, saying like, you know, he reps Brooklyn, but there's kind of questions about his Brooklyn roots. Can he really rep Brooklyn in the way that he says he can? So he's already getting that heat for that. I don't know. It might be a good thing to poke the bear in terms of how well Teofimo is going to show up.
Paulies, that's a huge. You're from Brooklyn. That's a big insult to say that you're not really from Brooklyn.
Insult him a little bit.
Insult him a little bit. Insult him.
But I'll tell you what. There's so many thoughts in my head with this situation because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. And this is going to be one of those fights.
Bruce Carrington analyzes Teofimo Lopez's upcoming bout with Shakur Stevenson, highlighting a key vulnerability in Lopez's approach: difficulty handling dynamic movement. Despite his natural athleticism and heavy-hitting ability, Lopez may struggle to adjust when faced with an opponent who constantly changes angles and maintains disciplined spacing. Carrington emphasizes that Stevenson's composure and tactical awareness could exploit this weakness, forcing Lopez to overcommit or miss opportunities. By controlling distance and pacing, Stevenson can make Lopez fight on Stevenson's terms rather than imposing his own style. Carrington also notes that while Lopez excels in explosive bursts and aggressive exchanges, his reliance on raw power can be counterproductive against a patient, mobile fighter. Stevenson's defensive intelligence and ability to reset after each combination may frustrate Lopez, limiting his effectiveness and energy over the rounds. Ultimately, Carrington suggests that Lopez must adapt his movement strategy and patience if he hopes to overcome Stevenson's technical proficiency. The analysis portrays a fight where skillful footwork, timing, and ring awareness could tip the balance, showing that athleticism alone may not be enough to secure victory against a highly disciplined and intelligent opponent.
I feel like Tio is going to bring the fight. He's very athletic. You know, he has a lot of explosiveness, and but I do feel like when it comes to Shakur, bro, his movement may frustrate him. The only thing that worries me when it comes to Teofimo is his frustration. Like, is he going to be able to work well with a mover? You know, we've seen, difficulties that he had with Sandor Martin. We've seen the difficulties that he had with Jimmy Ortiz, guys that's been moving around and not staying still. Like, if you keep Tio moving around and he can't plant his feet, what can he do? We're going to have to find that out on, January 31st. And I think Shakur, he's probably one of the best guys to, move his feet, be on defense, being hella patient and frustrating a fighter, bro. Like, so, I don't know. We've seen Tio get frustrated to the point where he's asking himself, do I still got it? You know what I'm saying? We got to see what his mentality is going to be like come January 31st.
Do you think that his experience on the biggest of stages, his two biggest wins, he was an underdog. Then those guys, ironically enough, were southpaws like Shakur. That play any factor to you?
Nah, styles is different. The styles are totally different. Lomachenko don't fight like Shakur. Josh Taylor don't fight like Shakur. Like I don't see just because southpaw that same thing will happen. I feel like certain techniques could be used to fight Shakur, yeah. But in terms of like that approach of the fight, nah. Like Shakur fights totally different. You gotta be able to do some out of pocket stuff with Shakur. You gotta throw while he's throwing. That's probably some of the only times that he's able to get hit. Only time he's open. So yeah, other than that, bro, it's gonna be a pretty tough night for Teofimo Lopez, but I feel like